Megastore en la tienda anoche. Just letting you can hear it there in the background. That's the atmosphere in the Camp Nou. It's incredible. The MC's getting everyone singing the songs. There's a lot of tourists, obviously, this time of year, and he was doing a great job of saying the lyrics and getting the fans to try their best to get the Catalan words right. But we're seeing images from in the Camp Nou Megastore last night, and there's De Jong himself printing his own shirt. When he came the last time, he got himself a Messi shirt. I don't know whether he printed himself a Frankie de Jong shirt back then. And here he's being shown around the Barca Museum with the trophies dating all the way back to 1899 when the club was founded. Aquí está en el Museo del Club, mirando los trofeos, las 5 copas de Europa. An image there of Leo Messi, and Leo Messi is somebody that Frankie de Jong has spoken a lot about how excited he is to finally be playing alongside someone who he describes as one of his boyhood heroes. Last night he was saying, I'm happy to play with Messi, who I've always followed. Now my idol will be my teammate. That's incredible. He also said that Barca and Holland have always had great special connection, and I hope to follow in that tradition. I want to be one of the great Dutch players who have played at FC Barcelona. There's certainly been plenty of great Dutch players that have played for Barca over the years. Johan Cruyff, of course, is the #1 that we'll always remember, but there have been so many. One of my favourites, Patrick Kluivert, of course, Cocu, who I really enjoyed it when Cocu was playing. Cocu was playing for Barca, because apparently I look very much like him, and girls would come up to me asking for my autograph. It was incredible, and they were really disappointed when I told them I'm not Cocu. It was incredible. Here he is, coming into the Camp Nou for the first time. I wonder what's going through his head at that time. Now he's gone back into the Megastore, so we're seeing these images again. They've got these little red and blue placards that they have to hold up. They're going to get exhausted with all this heat. These are images from shortly earlier when we saw the two, De Jong and Bartomeu, signing the contract. We're just going to see those images again. Enjoy, because this is something that we were looking forward to for so long. On social media, everyone was going, announce De Jong, announce De Jong. And that was that wonderful tweet that we put out as a club. Playing on that, because finally, yes, we did announce De Jong, and here he is, and now finally it's official. Of course, we've known it's been announced for quite some time, but now it is official. He's put pen to paper. Son imágenes de antes si están llegando, que esto sucedió hace unos 10-15 minutos. Es la firma del contrato. Ahí está Frankie de Jong con el presidente, el presi, con Josep María Bartomeu, y con la nueva camiseta de la temporada que viene, la novedosa camiseta a cuadros. Y a la derecha, Eric Abidal, el secretario técnico, que él estará en la conferencia que sobre las 7:30 nos dicen más o menos tendremos la conferencia. Estaremos aquí para disfrutar de las primeras palabras del nuevo jugador del Barça. So here we are with images live from inside the Camp Nou, where the atmosphere is building up somewhat, and the MC is doing an absolutely fantastic job of making sure of that, as if there was ever any doubt. All kinds of flags around the stadium, a lot of Colombian flags. He visto en la gradería hay muchas banderas de Colombia. No sé por qué hay tantos colombianos aquí, pero bienvenidos. Colombia, un país que yo tuve en la porra para ganar la Copa América. Yo tuve a Colombia y pues por desgracia pues no llegaron a la final, que como todos ustedes saben será el Brasil contra Perú este domingo, con Arthur y con Felipe Coutinho representando a nosotros en la final de la Copa América. Images here of the supporters inside the ground. We've all been given the Barca colours. There's the Barca red and blue, and the Catalan yellow and red. A lot of tourists in the ground as well, with flags of all their different countries. I was just saying, I noticed that there's an awful lot of Colombian flags for some reason. People from all around the world coming along and enjoying this chance to come into the Camp Nou and enjoy, A, being in the most amazing, glorious football stadium in the world, and B, being here for such a historic occasion to see Frenkie de Jong joining the club. César Suárez, Colombia, dice Colombia. Ahora van a cantar el himno del club. Claro que cada vez más gente dentro del campo. It's getting fuller and fuller. More or less the area that's been made available is pretty much packed. And they've been singing the Barca anthem. So there you can see an amazing atmosphere inside the Camp Nou as we await Frenkie de Jong to come out onto the field. There's somebody there with a Dutch shirt. I believe that's the iconic 1988 version. Van Basten and all that in 88 when Holland won the European Cup. Holland, of course, country famous for windmills, for clogs, for cheeses, and for not winning World Cup finals. But that's all going to change, isn't it, for them? It's all going to change on Sunday, because Holland playing in the Women's World Cup final, and we're particularly excited about that because we've got Lieke Martens and Stephanie van de Gracht, if I got the pronunciation. They're playing in that. That's Holland against the US. So maybe Holland are finally going to get to win a World Cup final, and we'd love that because we've got two Barca girls playing in that game. Hopefully, Lieke Martens, she's been having some trouble with her toe. She only played the first half of the semi-final victory over Sweden. So fingers crossed that she's going to be okay to play in that game. She was speaking about that just a couple of days ago. Really upset that there's a chance she might have to miss the biggest game of her life. But hopefully she'll be there playing for Holland. And here's the US. Big day Sunday, of course. We're also at the Copa America final coming up. Peru against Brazil. Brazil represented, of course, by Arthur and Felipe Coutinho from Barca. If you're really brave, you can start, well, it depends on where you are in the world. I mean, here in Europe, it means staying until 4 o'clock in the morning, but you've got the CONCACAF Gold Cup as well, which, surprise, surprise, it's the United States against Mexico. Mucho movimiento aquí en el túnel, todavía no aparece Frenkie. Está cambiándose, está poniéndose el uniforme. Aquí está, aquí está, aquí está. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Frenkie de Jong. The 12th of May 1997. He's 22 years old, from the town of Gorinchem in the Netherlands. He's 1 metre 80, that's 5 foot 11 inches for those of you that use the Imperial system. He's a midfielder, he's a defensive midfielder, probably he can play as a defender as well, but he also joins in the attack. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer, that's not his job. He's more of a Xavi Iniesta kind of holding midfielder. Played his youth football play all the way up through Willem, how do we say this, Willem 5, Willem 2, Willem, if someone Dutch can help me out on YouTube, that's where he played anyway, but then he moved to Ajax in 2015, played for young Ajax, went back on loan to Willem 2, he's played at Ajax for 2 main seasons that he played for them, of course, in that team that won the treble last year, got all the way to the semi-finals of the Champions League, was defied by Tottenham in the very last seconds of that incredible semi-final. And now he plays for FC Barcelona. Also a Netherlands international. He's only got 9 caps. That shows how young he is. He just made his breakthrough. In fact, he played his first game against Peru that we talked about earlier on. That was the first team that he played against. And here he is, wearing the Barca colours on the Camp Nou field. Welcome, Frenkie de Jong. Time to see his juggling skills. Going to cope with the nerves here. Some players cope with it better than others. Some, it can be quite embarrassing. He's done it. Well done, well done. It can be quite embarrassing when you only manage to keep the ball up a couple of times and it goes down. He's done well, he's done well. Frenkie de Jong, un nou talent for Barca. A new talent for Barca, greeting the fans delighted, excited. Look at them, there's a Dutch flag up there. I assume it's the Dutch flag. I always get the Dutch flag mixed up with the Russian flag, the Luxembourg flag, or very similar. I assume it is the Dutch one. Frenkie haciendo sus malabarismos. Con toda la calma del mundo, algunos jugadores están más nerviosos que otros en esta situación, pero es muy joven, solo tiene 22 años, pero fíjate, no tiene ningún problema. Uy, no sé qué he hecho ahí con el pie, pero buen truco, me gusta. Uy, uy, uy. Hey, Frenkie, he's getting good, he's good. That's some of the best little juggling that we've seen in one of these presentations. Even a lot of Brazilians haven't dared to be quite as audacious as that with the old back heel. Benvingut de Jong, it says in the background, that's welcome. Benvingut, que pone ahí atrás, esto es bienvenido. Y ahora salen los niños de FCB Escola a hacer un rondo, el típico rondo. la esencia del fútbol, como dice el maestro de ceremonias, el típico rondo, que dicen que fue el gran Johan Cruyff que lo introdujo al Barça, este sistema de hacer el rondo, algo imitado en todo el mundo, pero inventado aquí en Can Barça. This training exercise introduced by Johan Cruyff to the club back when he was the manager. This typical rondo, which maybe he picked it, he originally implemented it in Ajax, but it's certainly something that Barca has introduced to the world. This rondo, the typical exercise that I'm sure everybody around the world does now in warm-up, the sort of piggy in the middle exercise where somebody goes in the middle. A creation of Johan Cruyff, we are told. And, well, De Jong taking on the little boys there. It's quite a chaotic run though. This one is normally the ones on the outside that pass the ball around, but it's just the ones in the middle that are dribbling it. But they're having fun, they're loving it. Those kids are enjoying playing on the Camp Nou so much that they don't want De Jong to have the ball. They're really enjoying it. There we go, that's a proper rondo. They're passing it around the outside now. It's excruciatingly hot here at the moment in Barcelona. It really is so humid. There's the family watching on. There's his girlfriend, Nikki. This is the first time we've seen one of the first team players in action in the Camp Nou this season. So it's quite an exciting moment. The first game is going to be played in the Camp Nou, of course, is going to be in the Gamper, which, if you don't know, we're playing against Arsenal. That's on Sunday the 4th of August. The traditional pre-season friendly when the players are presented to the fans and everything. That's happening on the 4th of August. That's against Arsenal. Estaba diciendo, si ustedes no saben, que el Gamper este año ya tenemos rival, que va a ser el Arsenal, y juegan el 4 de agosto, el domingo el 4 de agosto. Esto va a ser el primer partido en el Camp Nou de la nueva temporada. Antes de esto van a ir a Japón. Tienen un partido con el Chelsea y un partido con el Vissel Kobe de la J-League, donde tenemos unos amigos que tenemos ganas de reencontrarnos, claro, con David Villa y con Andrés Iniesta, que juegan ahora en las filas del club japonés. Lovely moment saying goodbye to the players. I was just saying there in Spanish that Barca, of course, it all starts on the 23rd of July. We're going to Japan this year. We're going to Japan. We're playing Chelsea, and then we're playing Vissel Kobe, which is, of course, is where we're going to be meeting up with some good old friends of ours, with David Villa and Andrés Iniesta. They're playing their football over there, so that's going to be a great occasion before coming back to Arsenal. And then it's off to the US. So those of you listening in from the US at the moment, we're looking forward to going there to play Napoli twice. We're playing Napoli first at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, and then at the Michigan Stadium, the biggest stadium in America. That game also against Napoli on the 7th and the 10th of August, que estaremos en Estados Unidos. En agosto, el 7 de agosto, el 10 de agosto, dos partidos contra el Napoli en el Hard Rock de Miami y en el Michigan Stadium. Entonces Japón, luego aquí en Cataluña para el partido con el Arsenal, luego dos partidos en Estados Unidos y luego empieza torneos oficiales. So Frankie signing the balls and then kicking them up into the stands. Some lucky people have got a wonderful keepsake to take away with them. There's another ball to pen. That guy with the moustache did a great job making sure that he knows what he's going to do. This one's going up the top there. Nicely kicked. There have been players in the past that have tried to kick the ball up and it's ended up in the lower stand. It can be a bit embarrassing. Frankie's not going to do that. No problem at all. Straight up where it's supposed to be. That one up, I don't know what happened there. People expecting, kick it my way, kick it my way. Here's marker pen, where's this ball going? Ready? Bang! Where's the ball? Up there somewhere. A new talent for Barca is what it says, or no talent for Barca. Certainly a talent, extraordinary player. He's only 22, one of the most talked about players in European football. So we're so delighted that he's coming here to join us. With his talent, at his age, he could become a Xavi or an Iniesta. That was Mark Overmars, says that. He's a beastly talent. He's really a player to keep an eye on, a very good player. He's the type of player that Barcelona needs, a player who's technically very gifted, works hard for the team and has a lot of talent. And that's what Barcelona is all about. That was Xavi said that. Player with whom this man has been compared on frequent occasions. He's loving this. This is, he said, everybody says it, and he said it last night. This is a dream come true. Players always say that when they sign for a new club, but we've got the evidence in this case. We've got the pictures of when he came not that long ago, the same girlfriend, to the Camp Nou just as a tourist, took pictures, bought a Messi shirt, and who'd have imagined that so shortly after that he's coming back and he's doing it. The dream is coming true for him. In the disabled section as well. It's always an important part of these occasions as well, to make sure that everybody is involved, dealing with everything with immaculate professionalism, getting the selfies. A moment these young children are going to treasure for a very, very long time, I'm sure. Un momento que estos niños van a recordar durante muchísimo, muchísimo tiempo. Y lo que nosotros esperamos es solo el comienzo de algo grande, muy grande. La llegada de un club, de un jugador con tanto futuro. Solo tiene 22 años, realmente solo lleva 2 temporadas en el fútbol de élite, jugando temporadas completas con el Ajax. Es que lo tiene todo por delante. Hace 2 años, pues nadie sabía quién era este jugador. En 2 años todo el mundo está hablando de él. Es uno de los jugadores, que genera más expectación en el mundo. Y va a hablar, he's going to speak.
Hola a todos, gracias por estar aquí. Fisca Barça.
Hello, he said that in Spanish and in Catalan as well. That was pretty impressive.
In Barcelona, can you imagine how impressive is Camp Nou on a regular game?
Yeah, now it's already really impressive for me, so I'm looking forward to playing in the stadium.
Diu que se sent realment impressionat per tots vosaltres aquí a les grades i que té moltes ganes de jugar. So, Frankie, before you are leaving, what was your feeling when you were dressing for the first time this Barça t-shirt?
When you put on the Barça jersey for the first time, of course you feel really proud, and I'm so happy to be here, and I can't wait to get started.
Ok, thank you. Gràcies a Frenkie de Jong, que diu que se sent molt orgullós de vestir els colors del Barça i que té tantes ganes per començar a jugar. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Frankie. A Magic Smile, un somriure màgic que portarà molta il·lusió aquí al Camp Nou. Gràcies, Frankie! 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 Un aplaudiment pel Frankie de Jong!
I have no idea how that guy's voice is still resisting. He's been shouting and screaming for about 2 hours, but his voice is still there. Ya las primeras declaraciones de Frankie, que ha hablado del estadio, le ha preguntado qué le parece el estadio. Que ya el ambiente es increíble. ¿Cómo imaginas que sería cuando está lleno para un partido? Y ha dicho, pues ya para mí ya es alucinante, esto es increíble y tengo unas ganas. Hablaba de su orgullo y le preguntó sobre el momento de ponerse el jersey por primera vez, que acaba de estar ahora, y está diciendo que va a decir, es un sueño hecho realidad. Es que no para de hacer selfies, ese es su propio teléfono, ¿no? Está haciendo sus selfies. Quite amazing occasion, and our MC is still going strong, keeping the people on their feet and enjoying this. Now there's some people with a flag there. It's AS Arkle, ASV Arkle. Now I know that he's from originally a place called Arkle, and so I assume that those are some people from his hometown club that have come along to support him here on his first day. No hard feelings whatsoever from Ajax, incidentally, about this whole thing. You know, some clubs can be a bit bitter about losing their players. In fact, Ajax have hired a bus, I understand, and they took out a big one-page ad in the local newspapers. Barca enjoy the future like we do. It's painted all over a bus that's been driving around the city today. So no hard feelings at all from Ajax. They're wishing all the best to this player. You can see him kissing the crest there. Y vale la pena que explico esto en español también, porque es increíble. A veces hay mal sentimiento en los clubes cuando van sus jugadores a otro club. Pero en el caso del Ajax Amsterdam, para nada. Increíble que han sacado páginas completas en la prensa deportiva de aquí en Barcelona, y también un autobús con el mensaje poniendo Barça disfruta del futuro como nosotros, deseando lo mejor al Barça, lo mejor para este jugador aquí. Ningún resentimiento ni nada, es que muy buen detalle por parte del Ajax. De Jong is the future of the midfield. We're getting God bless De Jong. We're getting, I'm just having a look at, De Jong is a very good player. Again, the messages are going through so fast that it's impossible. David says Spider-Man. I'm not sure what Spider-Man's got to do with anything. Is he Xavi? Is he Iniesta? Let's hope so. Bienvenido, Frankie De Jong. De Jong, welcome to FC Barcelona. Ajax, love Barcelona. De Jong, I kiss your heart. Hopefully has a brilliant season for him and the rest of the squad. Un jugador con talento, tiene mucho futuro en el Barça. Lo siento que no estoy diciendo los nombres de la gente, pero es que pasan tan rápido. Es que nunca ha pasado esto antes, que los mensajes están pasando tan rápido que simplemente es imposible verlo todo. Vamos, De Jong, best midfielder De Jong, fuerza Barça. Somebody there says respect to the commentator. Thank you. Oh yeah, that person was good. I like you. Oh yeah. Insane player, has a lot of potential. Es un orgullo tener un jugador como de Frankie aquí en el Barça. Somebody, yeah, it was. I was trying to find somebody. Somebody says something about Arkle there, and you disappeared so quickly. But somebody was explaining to us something about AKV Arkle, which I'm keen to know about, because we've seen that some of the locals are there. Have come along to see Frankie on this day, and they're there with the flags. I'd really like to know something about who they are. These are images from inside the Auditori, which is where we're going to be listening to the media conference in, well, it was scheduled to start at 7:30. That's not going to happen, but it won't be long now until we're appearing here in the presence of Eric Abidal, the technical secretary. Cruyff will be proud, says somebody. Somebody's looking forward to seeing Frankie and Arthur playing together. I certainly am. Imagine Messi walking right behind them. We've got a lot of Ajax fans sending in their messages. Arkle is his youth club, somebody said. Okay, yeah, I imagine that's from where he is, from Arkle, isn't it? I understood he played for, correct me on this, what's the correct pronunciation? Wilhelm II, Wilhelm II? But presumably that was where he played when he was very young. But it's great to see that people from that club have come along to wish him all the best on this great day. De Jong is a future Ballon d'Or. Well, let's hope so. Something about somebody in Los Angeles is gone. These messages are going so quickly. This is mad. De Jong, come on. I'm in Italia. Hi, Italia. Hello. The happiest. Welcome to Barcelona. A lot of people speaking of some from South Africa, Kianu from South Africa. Welcome, De Jong, Visca Barça. It's called Willem II. Thank you. Somebody, Willem II. Okay, Willem II is the correct pronunciation. That's the club where he played up through all the ranks before he joined young Ajax. Estas son imágenes en directo del Auditori. El Auditori es la sala aquí en el Camp Nou, está al lado del propio campo, y aquí es donde vamos a hacer la conferencia en directo dentro de, creo. Y están ensayando los videos que nos da nosotros la oportunidad de verlo también. I think they're just trying out the videos here in the conference room in the Auditori, which is where the media conference is going to happen in a short while. But it's a great chance for us to have a look at these pictures here of De Jong playing for Ajax. We're seeing goals being scored. That's not his primary objective. He's not a goal scorer. He's a midfielder, more of a defensive holding midfielder. He's got an incredible pass rate, 91% in all competitions last year. That's including the Champions League, 91% accuracy. That's the kind of stats that only people like Sergio Busquets and Xavi and Arthur can do. So this, what they mean about saying that this is a player with Barca DNA, that's become the kind of catchphrase over the last few years, but in this case it's so applicable. He's a player who you would imagine would fit so nicely into the team. A lot was said about Arthur in the same kind of way about a year ago. People were doubtful, but it's proved correct. So in De Jong's case it's the same. He's somebody who adapts so nicely to the style of the club, and that shows that what's happening with Eric Abidal, the rest of the technical secretaries, the technical team is working. They're picking players that really do adapt and work well as the Barca system. Just to remind you, if you need me to, the cost of the transfer fee, 75 million euros, is the biggest in Ajax history, I am told. And yet even so, probably a snatch in many ways. His market value, the experts say, is probably more like 90 million, so in a way, 75 million is a lot of money, but no, it's quite a, you could almost say it was a bargain. That's 75 million plus 11 million in add-ons. And the good news, also I understand that Willem II, when he joined Ajax, there was a clause in the contract that they would take 10% of any sell-on fee. So in fact, 10% of those 75 million will be going to Willem II. Great chance to see what happens in the Auditori before the moment. We're getting behind the scenes. This guy's doing a sound check, probably has no idea that there are thousands and thousands of you out there watching him. I hope he doesn't pick his nose or anything embarrassing. And there's the microphone. Press moving in to take their seats, of course. Plenty of international press here as well for this occasion. There's going to be plenty of Dutch reporters as well. I was impressed to see, as I'm sure you were as well, he does know a few phrases. It was in Spanish, and it was said with quite impressive fluency. The accent was very correct. So I'm not sure exactly what language the conference is going to be happening in. I was assuming that he'd be speaking in English, but maybe he speaks in Spanish, or he may be speaking in Dutch. If he speaks in Dutch, I might have a bit of a problem understanding most of what he says, but don't worry, we've got it all under control. Lo stavo diciendo, es un poco incógnito.